Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Missy, this little guy is Paul, and today I'm going to be talking to you about baby linens. I don't know what you'd call this. This is something that I had to look up because I had no idea what the heck was the difference between receiving blankets, muslin blankets, blankets, baby blankets. There's like so many different types. I found it super confusing, so I thought I would tell you everything that I have and everything that I've learned as a first-time mom, what I used, what I didn't use, and how many I have of each. Okay, so let's get started. The first one I'm going to talk about are these big ones here, muslin blankets. Muslin is the type of fabric, and they're kind of like thin and light and see-through, very absorbent. I have a bunch of these. So I got some new from my baby registry, and then I inherited some, and I have some on loan from one of my friends who had a baby and gave me a lot of her stuff to borrow. So I would say I have probably about 12 of these, but do you need 12? No. I would have maybe 2 for the nursery, 1 for the diaper bag. So if I was buying it from scratch, I'd probably only get maybe three of these. I didn't really need too many of them. But these are nice. These are like one of my favorite types of blankets for babies. So they're thin, but they're big, so you can fold them to make them thicker. I'm not this skilled, but I've seen women where they kind of like put it over their shoulder and then they can use it to cover to breastfeed. You can use this guy to cover the baby carrier. I keep one in the car and chuck it over his car seat if the sun is like coming in at a certain glare. He sleeps with them. Now that he's, I don't want to say mobile, but he's on the floor, I can spread one of these out on the floor and he can sit on it because it's easier to clean up spit up from one of these on the floor than trying to get out of the carpet. These are just like a multi-purpose blanket to me. I like them a lot. And they're not too heavy because he actually runs really hot. He doesn't like super thick blankets. So again, I have a lot of these, but I would get 3. Also the big thing, I forgot because we haven't done this in a while, but we used these to swaddle him when he was little. The other one we had are these, what's called a receiving blanket. No idea why they're called that, but they're a lot smaller, you can see. And it's like flannel. I'm gonna say flannel. So these are a lot warmer. I've read online that somebody swaddled their kid in these. My baby was way too big. There's no way in heck I was swaddling him in this. But what I've used these for is like lining things. So one of my friends was so generous, let me borrow her DockATot, and I did not want to get that dirty. So I would use this to like line the DockATot. Did I really need it? No. If I didn't have any, I wouldn't cry about it. We hardly use them now. But if I had to go buy one, recommending probably, I don't know, 2. If that, like I said, if I didn't have these, I would not be crying over it. But I guess some moms really like them. I couldn't really care less about these. Then the other category is just blankets. We have tons of blankets. He's gotten blankets from friends, new. I've inherited a ton. I bought a couple. I'm trying to think of how many I even have. I don't even know. 20? I know, it's insane. It's insane. But I do have ones that I really like. Like he's on, I don't know if you can tell, I'll probably get a bigger shot. My mom is a quilter, so she quilted him this one on the floor. It's bright colors because I personally like bright colored baby stuff as opposed to all the pastel things. I just think they're boring. I like bright colors. So she made this one, Forest Friends. Paul's nursery is mountain themed, so it kind of went in there. And then there's another one downstairs that I put down on the carpet again, just to protect in case he spits up or he pees through his onesie or whatever. It's easier for me to chuck these in the wash than try to clean up the carpet. So that's why I do that. One of my girlfriends got him this, where is it? This blanket that has his name on it, which I just love. And it's like the perfect size. It's a fleece, it's double lined, so it's warm. I'll bring this in the car when it's cold and I can just chuck it over his feet, or I don't know what he's doing. He's playing with a silicone straw, in case you were wondering what that is. That's like his new favorite thing. He likes to play with it. I've put it on the floor if he, if I'm just putting it on the floor really fast. This is one of my favorites. Then one of my all-time favorite snuggly ones. It's just so yummy. I wish it came in like adult size. This is the Burt's Bees knit baby blanket. I got this from my aunt for Paul, and I love it. It's just delicious. I don't even know how to describe it. It's soft. It's not too thick. So we use this all the time when he was a baby. Yes, we covered him with a blanket. I understand that that is like not, it's like horrendous. I'm not saying you do that. I'm just saying that's what we did. He would be all, what would we swaddle him up as a little baby in his little cradle thing. And I put this over like his bottom half because I was very anxious and paranoid about him being cold, him being a winter baby. So again, I'm not advising you to do that. That's what I did. But now I just use it to cover him or cover me. I like this one. I recommend. Burp cloths. I've talked about this before. I have a couple favorite. I can't remember the name of the brand of this one, but this one, it almost looks like muslin to me. I have these and I like them. And I have 12 burp cloths altogether. These I ended up buying more after he was born because once they're little, they just spit up. Now I use it for more like drool or sneezing, all crazy things. But when he was a baby, he was just, you know, it's not a lot. They're just like bleh, bleh. So these are nice to have. I had 12 of those. So the changing table, if you use one, I know a lot of parents don't use them at all. So then if you don't, you don't have to worry about it. So the changing table pad liner, it's like a fitted bed sheet for the changing pad. So you can just, you know, wash that. I do have this nice expensive one from Burt's Bees, which is fleece, and it feels very nice. It's very snug, and I wouldn't say it's hard to put on. On a level of 1 to 10 hardness to put on, this is like a 2. But I have these that are like a 0, 1 to 10. They're just so easy. I got these on Amazon. Of course, you know I'm going to link everything. They're just really thin. They're stretchy, and they just go on so fast. I don't even know how to describe it, but you know what? When you have a baby, you take your laziness where you can get it. So these were very inexpensive, and I have 2. So I'm not going to count the Burt's Bees because I don't really use it that often. So I'm going to say for the changing table, that fitted sheet thing, I have 2 of those. Then to save yourself from changing this all the time, I have these. Who are these by? These are by Munchkin. They're these changing pad liners, and they're, I guess, kind of waterproof on the bottom. So you put these on top of that fitted sheet, and then you can change this. So if, you know, they go to the bathroom and you get a little on the changing table, it's on this, and then this just goes in the wash. It makes it easy. So you don't have to change that fitted sheet thing all the time. So I have 2 changing table fitted sheet things, and then I have 4 of these. And these I feel like I'm going to have to get more because I'm kind of beating them up a little bit. Not that they're ripping by any means, but I was just thinking that these are starting to look kind of poopy. So then for the crib, the actual crib sheets, I have 4 pairs. And why I have so many is I got a trick from one of my moms to actually put 2 layers of sheets on and then something kind of waterproof in between. So in the middle of the night, if your baby spits up, has an accident, whatever, you can just rip off that top sheet and then they have a clean sheet right under, so you don't have to worry about changing crib sheets in the middle of the night. I have not gotten to that point just yet, but I did buy some extra pair of sheets just in case. I like them. They're easy to put on. They're cotton. So I have 4 of those. I also had Paul in the pack and play in our room for a while, and I did get the pack and play mattress just so it was a little more comfortable. I say mattress, but it's really like, it reminds me of like those gym pads from like elementary school that you'd like do somersaults on. It's like that material. It's not anything extraordinary by any means, but I did get just 1 fitted sheet for that. So if he did mess that up, I did have to wash it and there'd be nothing in the pack and play. But I didn't want to spend a ton of money on a bunch of sheets for that because I knew he was only in the pack and play for a very short period of time. So I don't know what you call these. They're like these really stretchy fabric. There's a hole on the top here. I think they're technically nursing covers. I don't know. Let me try this on. I've actually worn it as a nursing cover. Oh yeah, I guess there's room. And then you go like this. You go like this. I'm a bigger person, so this is like slightly ridiculous. I guess I could make this work if I wanted to. I don't use it as a nursing cover. What I do use it for is to cover his carrier. So this is really stretchy. It goes over the carrier, and then this whole part, which your head would stick out, is where I use the handle. So I did not purchase any of these. I got these from friends or borrowing them from friends. So we have one in the diaper bag at all time, one in the car door at all time, and then I usually bring one with me so that when we take him to doctor's offices, it's nice to have this. It protects him from the sun, the wind, a light, misty rain. Obviously, it's not waterproof. Snow, we haven't gotten to that point, but really more sun to keep the sun out of his eyes. So I love these, and I have a bunch of them, but I would probably, if I was buying them from scratch, get 3. one for the diaper bag, one for the car door, and one just in the car, just in case you forget one. You always have one. Very handy. And I like to bring him in the store too if he's sleeping. You know, if he's Target and I bring the car carrier in, I can just throw this over him. So the other one's not really linens, but I'm just gonna call it out here. So drool bibs. I have a bunch of them. I'll show pictures of the ones I have here. These ones, I got some from friends and then I purchased some, but they're just a very small piece of cotton. It goes around their neck, more for drooling, and then it has this piece at the bottom that you can basically snap a soother, binky, or pacifier, whatever you call it. So I used these, I think when he was about month 4, he was drooling a little bit, and then he stopped drooling. So I packed them all away, except for this one. And now, 8 months old, I think he's starting the teething process. Nothing's breaking through, but he's drooling a lot. So I need to go unearth these at some point. But these actual drool bibs, the little fabric ones like this, I think I have probably about half a dozen. And what he's wearing right now is just like a regular bib, like a food bib. And I have about half a dozen of those. Is that overkill? Possibly. The other drool bib that I have, actually the bottom section is silicone for teething. I packed those away so I don't have one to show you, but I'll show a picture right here. Those are my favorite. I like them. It's actually a really thick muslin, so it's very absorbent. And then another one that I'm going to list for linens, I guess, we use these for everything. These are, I think they're technically washcloths, technically, but we have they come in sets of 12, and I've probably ordered them like 5 times. So probably have like 60 of them. We use them as washcloths in the bath. We use them downstairs for feeding. After he's done eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, I wet them in the sink and wipe his face, and then he wipes his own face. We use them for diaper changes, drool pickup. They're amazing. They're just little thin pieces of cloth. I have a bazillion of them. We use them all the time. I probably have one set too many, but Matt pressured me to get another set because one day I didn't do laundry fast enough and we ran out of them. But I would say probably as a starter, to see if you even like them, would be get at least 2 sets. They come in 12. And then, like I said, they're small. I use them all the time. I shove them in the diaper bag. They're great for just like wiping his little face. It's like a mini burp cloth, essentially. So I think that's everything that I can think of linen-wise that I used. Yeah, but I do have a ton of blankets, just regular blankets. As he gets older, as a toddler, I'm sure I'll appreciate them more, but right now I'm not really using them. I crocheted a bunch when I was pregnant, but like I said, we're not totally using them just yet, but I'm sure he will. So that's everything I had for this video. I hope you found it helpful as always. If you did, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.